I'm going to show you some basic flours using some vegetable. Again, you can get any market here, anywhere. Okay, daikon radish, which is a nice big radish. You make sure they're firm. This is a good size to use. Again, just like the butternut squash, the texture through and through is the same, so you won't have much difficulty. You don't have to worry about cracking like carrots and so on. These also can go in the water. They will get brown in the water after a few days. You need to replace the water with a ferment, the radishes. So therefore you need to change the water every so often, especially if you go to 2 or 3 days ahead of time. Every day you change the water, okay? Now, if you're gonna do it for the same day, you're fine. Now we're gonna do basic daisy, okay? All we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a slice of daikon. I don't even peel it. I just make a nice round puck like this. Then I'm gonna use a rounded chisel like this, and like this, and I'm gonna do the bud. Now, I don't know if some of you can see everything through the thing, but what I'm doing essentially is I'm going right into the center like this, and I'm just gonna cut, turn it around like this, and this is a little round cut on the inside. It doesn't go all the way through. What it does is basically just, again, take the chisel, keep the chisel steady, and just turn the daikon to cut to make this little round. Right? Everybody see that? Okay, next I'm going to remove, again, subtract and cover. I'm going to remove everything around that little bud because I want that bud to stand out. That's going to be the bud of my flour, my daisy. So I take the tip of my knife, and again, watch what I do here. Note that my hand is not really moving. This is the hand that's going to turn the daikon around my knife. My knife is steady. My knife is a machine. My hand is the one that feed the machine. See? Right there. Remove that little ring of daikon. Again, what I did is I just tilted my knife a little bit on a shallow angle, and all I do is hollow it out a little bit, see? And you can see the little positive carving sticking out. Can you see it's daikon? It's white. I know it's still difficult, but anyway, this is what you do. Very basic. Now, if some of you want to get closer, because these are flowers, and they're delicate and they're small, so if you want to get closer, please do so because it'll be easier for you to see this. It's not that hard. You want to come close? I invite you to come closer, folks, because it's going to be very hard to see from here. Okay. The next thing you want to do is, now you see what I did here? I did this, I went around like this, remove some of the daikon, and I'm going to do some spokes, okay? Basically, just take a chisel like this, and I'm just going to make a very shallow, not too deep, just some spoke like this. We're going to go like this, and we're going to do 8 of them, okay? So 2, 3, 4, again, see? Now, time I will use the table. I'm doing it up, and try to work as much as possible on a firm surface so you have control of the tool. Okay. Okay, I think it's okay. Now, this is the fun part. This is easy. This is like a spoke of a wheel, right? Now, you can take, I have also this fancy chisel. Now, you can purchase one of those that has a gouge like this. You can find those. See this one? It has a little gouge like this. Edges, all right? Or the straight ones. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to push it. Now, here's the deal. You take your thumb. It's like the cue of when you play pool. See how you guide the cue? You use your thumb like this, and you're pressing on the thumb, and you're going to guide it and push it all the way till it hits the board, right in between the spokes. On an angle, 1, 2, 3, 4. You see this, guys? On an angle, all the way down, in between the spoke. See this here? And I use my thumb to guide it a little bit. Now, how difficult this is so far? Okay, this is pretty, and again, you use the tools, okay? And you go like this. Now, all you gotta do is take this, push it up with your finger like this, with the thumb, with the other hand, just spread it out a little bit like this, gently. Okay, until it comes out. Okay, now how difficult is this? Not too difficult, right? Now, to finish it up here, you can do a couple of things. You can use toothpicks if you want a toothpick like this, okay? And just kind of, push it in through like this. And we can just kind of, stick it out. And I can put a little bud on it. Now, a little bud could be anything, like, for example, a small cherry tomato. I know it's a little big, but if you have some of those tiny, let's find a small one in there maybe. If you have one of those small olive tomato, you can put one of those on top like this. I know it looks a little big, but when you look at the flour at the end, it'll be okay. You can also put a little bit of butternut squash, with a plier. Oh, this broke. Okay, but anyway, you get the idea. Use a pair of pliers so they stay in place, Drive them with a pair of pliers, okay? That's what you do. Don't try to use your hand because you're going to break it. You're going to break the screw and everything else.